All right, we're good.
Wonderful. Hello, my name is Dr. Nicholas Hudson, and I would like to welcome you all to the 2020 NASPA Region 3 Virtual Award Ceremony. Dr. Stephen Howard and I are privileged to serve as co-chairs of the NASPA Region 3 Awards and Nominations Committee, and we work at Texas A&M International University in Texas and Berea College in Kentucky, respectively. We are excited to have you join us here in our offices and our homes as we come together to honor some exceptional folks in our region, right? And so we thank you for allowing us to come into your homes and your spaces to be able to also recognize them. We recognize that these are challenging circumstances that we find ourselves in, and we no doubt that many of you will be called on or have been called on, if you haven't already been, to do extraordinary duties and work on behalf of your students, employees, and institutions. When our students needed it this year, we have stepped up and ensured as smooth as a transitional experience as possible. Sure, I am positive there were bumps along the way, as we all have seen, but given our expertise and our years of experience, we were able to persevere and ensure that our students had support structures in place to ensure their success. In this, our inaugural year as co-chairs, we are elated to be celebrating the tremendous accomplishments of our regional colleagues. While I am sure that all of you would like to have gathered together to honor our folks, we have put together what we believe is an exciting program that benefits the moment as well as our honorees. Even in the midst of the chaos of COVID-19 and the unknowns that have come along with it, we as a region have found time to nominate, review, and select some of the region's best for this year's awards program. Tonight, we all have the privilege and honor of celebrating the talents and gifts of our colleagues. We will be presenting 11 NASPA Region 3 awards this evening. The individuals we recognize today exemplify leadership, selfless contribution, service, commitment to student success, and dedication to the pursuit of excellence in higher education. We are pleased to recognize our award winners within a theme of celebration.
Hello, everyone. So NASPA Region 3 has been recognizing outstanding achievement for the past 36 years. As co-chairs, Nicholas and I work throughout the year to promote, identify, and recognize those who do so much for student affairs and higher education. We would also like to recognize those individuals who worked behind the scenes on this year's selection process. This process starts in the fall of each year with awards promotion, submission of nominations, and award selection, and that culminates to today with the recognition of our deserving recipients. During the selection process, we had NASPA members volunteer to read through pages and pages of nominations and support letters. Nearly 50 nominations were submitted this year, which is consistent with recent years. Multiple categories had 5 or more nominations alone, so the competition for these awards is notable. This year, Region 3 had more than 50 reviewers representing, and the nominees represent more than 8 states within Region 3. Without reviewers, this award process would not be able to move forward. We would like to thank all of the reviewers for their time, their dedication to our profession, and their dedication to our profession. We also recommend that you consider nominating in the future a colleague, a friend, a mentor, or someone that you supervise for one of the 13 awards that we offer in Region 3 annually. There will be some exciting news related to the awards process moving forward in the future, so keep a lookout for a call for nominations when it is released later this year.
As a profession, NASPA recognizes how important it is to celebrate the accomplishments and service shown by our members and educational partners. Several of the awards presented here today will be advanced to the National NASPA Awards process. 7 of our Region 3 awards have national counterparts. The John Jones Award for Outstanding Performance as a Student Affairs Officer becomes the Scott Goodnight Award. The John Coldis Award for Distinguished Service to NASPA Region 3 is forwarded to the Fred Turner Award. The James E. Scott Outstanding Mid-Level Student Affairs Professional Award is advanced to the Doris Machiko Ching Award for Excellence as a Student Affairs Professional. The outstanding contribution to student affairs through teaching is nominated for the Robert Schaefer Award. The AVP Senior Level Student Affairs Professional Award is advanced to the National AVP Senior Student Affairs Professional Award. The Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Award is advanced to the Bobby E. Leach Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Award. And finally, the President's Award is advanced to the National President's Award. National award winners are announced each year at the NASPA annual conference, which this upcoming year will be held in Kansas City, Missouri in March 2021. Given the challenges of current circumstances, we wanted to make this year's award ceremony worthy of the histories, legacies, and excellence of our winners. As such, we have invited all awardees to share a few thoughts about their award and its meaning to them.
So we're now going to showcase this year's talent by presenting the recipient of the John Jones Award for Outstanding Performance as a Senior Student Affairs Officer. This award is given to a senior level student affairs officer who has demonstrated high level competency in administrative skills, merited respect and support of students, faculty, and fellow administrators on their own campus, and has displayed innovative responses in meeting with varied and emerging needs of students, as well as effectively encouraging the development of junior staff members. As a reminder, the winner of the John Jones Award will be considered for recognition of the Scott Goodnight Award for Outstanding Service as a Dean at the national level. So each time we're going to share things from the nominators' letters and letters of support. So for this nominator, they shared the following about our winner. In recent years, Dr. Ramirez has served as a Senior Student Affairs Officer. She continues to lead the way nationally for Latinx AO student success. Another said, Dr. Ramirez has created and supported educational initiatives throughout South Texas to increase the number of enrolled students and college-educated individuals. Another, Dr. Ramirez has leveraged the Latinx identity and history of the region to create truly innovative programming, including asset-based approaches to familiarize students and families with post-secondary institutions by working collaboratively in the local elementary, middle, and high schools, including hosting on-site college course registration. Another, during Dr. Ramirez's time as Vice President for Student Success, the number of enrolled students has increased nearly 300%, and the number of college-educated professionals in Laredo and surrounding communities has increased 67%. Some of the following are some of the comments that we received in letters of support for Dr. Ramirez's nomination. One said, in the areas of admissions, retention, scholarships, community partnerships, student engagement, among others, Manita has enhanced and elevated those programs significantly. Another, from her campus leadership and her dedicated service to her many years of visionary leadership, she distinguishes herself in everything she does. Next, Manita demonstrates the highest level of integrity, innovation, inclusion, and inquiry in all that she does. And lastly, one letter noted that Dr. Ramirez is leaving a legacy of extraordinary service as an exemplar for others to follow. So this year's award goes to Dr. Manita Ramirez, Vice President of Student Success at Texas A&M International University. And we would now welcome Dr. Ramirez to speak if she would like.
Good afternoon or good evening, everyone. And I do want to tell you that I am so humbled by this recognition. I can tell you that 20 years ago when I started as an enrollment manager, I never thought that I would very quickly transition my life into both worlds of not only enrollment management, but student affairs. And it has been through student affairs where I have found over the years the most remarkable set of friends that have been with me through thick and thin over the course of my tenure at TAMIU that have helped me grow and develop not only the programs at TAMIU, but to help support other programs in other institutions. Currently, I serve as the TAXAU president. It's a 2-year appointment, and it is the presidency of the Texas the Council of Chief Student Affairs Officers. And so all of the Texas Chief Student Affairs Officers, we meet several times a year to work collaboratively to try to help each other and support each other along the way. And I can't tell you enough how important each and every one of you is to our profession, and how honored I am to represent not only Texas A&M International University and the state of Texas, but all of Region 3 as your awardee for this most distinguished John Jones Award. It has been a wonderful journey for me. And I am so honored to have been nominated with the colleagues that were nominated, because every single one of those that were nominated, I'm sure deserve this award as much or more than I do. And I'm truly humbled to have been selected. I want to continue to encourage all of you to continue to work diligently to make life fair and equitable for everyone. I can tell you that 20 years ago when I began in this business, I was one of 2 females in the state of Texas to lead student affairs. And it was not easy. It hasn't been, over the course of the years, it wasn't easy, but we became so united and so tight. I was also only one of 2 Hispanics in the state of Texas to lead student affairs. And so the journey has been an incredible journey. It's been a wonderful journey, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I am so honored and so pleased. I do want to share a little story with you. And this, I've shared, I'm a big storyteller, and Nicholas can probably tell you, oh no, here we go again. But the truth is, you know, one day I had just been given, because our former president who had entrusted me with enrollment management, one day walked into my office and said, you know, I think it's time you take over student affairs. And it was like from one day to the next. And so that was going fairly decent as I was learning, and of course calling everybody for help and support. And so I had taken off to a conference, and it was in Washington, D.C. It was a NASPA conference. This was many years ago. And I literally had dropped my bags in the hotel and was walking down to my favorite little Italian restaurant for lunch. And I get a phone call. Cell phones were brand new, and I had this big old mother-sized cell phone with me. And so I pick up the phone, and it's the president. He says, get on the next plane and come back. And I said, I just got here. And he said, I'm sorry, but you need to come back. I just fired the athletic compliance officer, the athletic director, and two of the coaches. You need to come back. So in addition to learning student affairs, I also ended up learning athletic compliance all in the same year. And I think, had it not been for my colleagues at my sister institutions all across the state of Texas and the support that I got from NASPA, I don't think I would have made it through that first year. And so it is so important for us to continue to shadow each other, support each other, help each other, and help each other's programs grow and develop. And as lifelong educators, I can tell you that every day, the work that you do is so important to every single person you touch, whether it's an employee, a staff member, a student, employee, a student, a community member. Everyone depends on us in numerous ways. So I do want to take this opportunity again to just say thank you so much for this incredible honor. I am very humbled by it, and I hope to continue to do my job to the best that I can and honor this award for the rest of my career. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ramirez, and congratulations. So now in its 4th year as a category for an award, the AVP Senior Level Student Affairs Professional Award honors a student affairs professional at the AVP or senior level who whose outstanding commitment to the profession includes the development of programs that address the needs of students, creation of a campus environment that promotes student learning and development, and support of and active engagement in NASPA. As a reminder, the winner of the AVP Senior Level Student Affairs Professional Award will be considered for recognition of the AVP Senior Level Student Affairs Professional Award at the national level. The nominator of this recipient shared the following about him. Quote, Dr. Mena is an outstanding higher education professional, scholar, presenter, and leader. Another, Dr. Mena has consistently been a strong supporter and coach, and his mentorship has impacted me in more ways than he will ever know. Another, Dr. Mena has made a profound impact on many students and professionals that identify as low-income, Latinx AO, persons of color, and LGBTQIA+. In letters of support, colleagues shared the following. I am grateful for his compassion for students and the genuine spirit he leads with. Another said, I admire Dr. Mena's leadership and care for the LKC, and after he completed his tenure in this formal role, he continued to serve by presenting, being a mentor, and giving to NASPA and the Region 3 in additional ways. Another said, he has had an energy that permeates meetings and helps to get people talking, even if they are on opposite sides of an issue. And lastly, another said, he has done an outstanding job in his role. His work is exceptional. This year's award goes to Dr. Terry Mena, Associate Vice President and Dean of Students at Lamar University. Congratulations. And we'll now allow Dr. Mena to speak if he would like. I think you might be muted.
Let's try that again.
There we go.
Thank you, Stephen, and thank you, Nicholas, for leading tonight's program. I'm very honored, and hopefully everyone can take a look at that. It's really to hear those comments, those words that the nominators said about me. I'm just humbled and at peace with such kind words about what I've done and what I care about in this field. You know, I'm just a kid from Miami. I'm from the inner city, from a single family home. My mom raised six of us in a two bath house that was less than 1,000 square feet, which, by the way, she still lives there. And I'm just, you know, I ultimately have come to a point in my life that my purpose has been to help students who come from the same background and experiences that I do. And that's the work I love to do every day at Lamar University. The students here are first generation, low income, from all walks of life, from all cultural and ethnic and racial backgrounds that are just trying to find their own pathways. And it's just so rewarding that I'm able to be able to help them and help the staff in all ways. And of course, as much as I think I part wisdom to them, every day they part wisdom to me. And so I'm incredibly thankful for that. To NASPA Region 3, which is my home, it's my family. You know, they've taken care of me through so much. And many of my colleagues and my fellow award recipients, we go back many years. And I'm just very proud of your accomplishments, but I'm even more proud to be part of this celebration together tonight. And lastly, I want to especially thank my wife, Kathy Mena, who's given me 3 beautiful kids, Ethan, Christian, and Chelsea, and I'll tell you, she's my rock. As much as I think I run the show, she runs the show, and she makes sure that we all are doing what we need to do in everything we do. And I can't do the work that has been highlighted by the nominators without her. She really has been a support to me, continues to be a support to me, and I'm just incredibly thankful for the love that she gives me. And then lastly, I want to thank my mom. I'm not the person in front of me with, I am not the person in front of you without her. She taught me very early on about service learning. Even before I learned the word and definition, she taught me what it means to give back. She cared for war veterans and people who were injured in the war. She brought them in our home. She cared for them. She went into the community and she served the poor people. She participated in labor unions, and through all that work, it forged who I am today. So I'm incredibly thankful for the love and the care that she's given me in my life. So in closing, thank you, NASPA Region 3 again for this award. With that, that's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mena, and congratulations again. Oh, I see some people have learned how to do our applause little thing on the Zoom, so that's awesome. I also see others actually applauding, so appreciate all that. All right, so teaching is a profession that is rewarded by those who experience a great teacher. After reading the nomination letter and accompanying letters of support, it is clear that Dr. Paul Eaton has exemplified how one's authenticity is the basis of our learning and continued growth. Today, we recognize Dr. Eaton for outstanding contribution to student affairs through Teaching Award. He will serve as the Region 3 nominee for the National Robert Schaefer Award. A few of the things that were said in the nominator's letter. Professor Eaton is one of the best instructors I have ever experienced. Another says, anyone who meets Professor Eaton knows that at the core of his heart is a love for students. Another quote from the nominator, similar to NASPA's charge, Professor Eaton believes that the work done at a university will help a student begin a lifetime journey of growth and exploration. In letters of support accompanying the nominator's letter, one said, from a student evaluation, and he's quoting from that evaluation, Eaton, as he tells his students to address him, challenged us to think critically about different aspects of history in higher education and how it has impacted higher education today. I'm always wary of history courses, but Dr. Eaton was engaging, thought-provoking, and inspiring. Another letter of support said, he has a strong sense of responsibility to his students, and he demonstrates this through his ability to meet a student where they are in their learning needs. And another final quote from letters of support, the networking and connections he facilitates between students in the online program are incredible and a testament to his commitment to preparing higher education professionals for success. This year's outstanding contribution to Student Affairs through Teaching Award goes to Dr. Paul Eaton, Assistant Professor at Sam Houston State University. And we'll now allow Dr. Eaton to speak if he would like.
Well, I have my award here, and I want to thank you, Stephen and Nicholas, for your help with everything. I know it's been quite yeoman's work. And I also want to say that first of all, winning this was a big surprise. I was nominated secretly by scholars who have taken classes with me, and as well as a faculty colleague in my department. And I feel very humbled because I think I take teaching as a very special ethical and spiritual obligation. I don't put more emphasis on any part of my job than I do on teaching. And that sometimes is a little bit different when you are a tenure track faculty member. You're often told, put teaching last, put teaching last. But I always put teaching first. And I'm always trying to think about innovative ways to keep students engaged. I'm trying to think about things that we can do to keep the topics in the courses cutting edge, to get students networking with people and grappling with really, really difficult questions. I teach a lot of courses in our program related to equity and justice issues in higher education, curriculum issues, introduction to student services, things of this nature. And so I think that what's most humbling is that teaching is not a solo endeavor, right? So like when you win a teaching award, what you have to recognize is that good teaching actually only happens when you have good scholars in the classroom, scholars who are willing to put themselves on the line, who want to grapple with things, who want to ask questions, who are unafraid to be vulnerable. And so all I do as a facilitator of that is provide a space and a shell, and really the scholars are doing that work. So I'm really quite humbled by the award. I look forward to representing the region at the national level. I want to thank the scholars I've had the privilege to teach, as well as my faculty colleagues in my department, for supporting what are sometimes viewed as crazy ideas about things that I do in my classroom, but that ultimately end up really enhancing their learning. So thank you so much for the honor, and I will cherish it forever.
Congratulations, Dr. Eaton. And I am positive that your scholars, your community of scholars, are cheering you on with this. And I wholeheartedly agree with you. The next award is the Bob E. Leach Award for Outstanding Service to Students, and it recognizes a professional who has demonstrated a genuine and sincere sense of caring and concern for students, as well as a commitment to personalized student experiences. This individual displays evidence of successful efforts in humanizing the campus community and high-quality interactions with individual student and student organizations. The following was shared by Ms. Bowling's nominator. Her work with and on behalf of Vanderbilt students very much reflects NASPA's values of advocacy, diversity, inclusion, and equality. In her volunteer work with PASE student cohort at Vanderbilt, her nominator stated, "I have no doubt Danielle's commitment to mentoring these students will make an incredibly positive impact that, on their engagement on campus and overall success during their college years." Danielle serves as a leading voice on our team in understanding social justice issues in the context of students' career development journey. Her colleagues and students share the following about her work and personality. A student wrote, "Danielle deserves to be appreciated for her genuineness and professionalism. She is an empathetic listener, a problem solver, and a passionate community builder. Whenever we talk, her active listening and constructive feedback always make me feel valued and seen." Another student recalls on their first meeting, "That brief introduction turned out to be an hour-long session of laughter, empathy, and a cosmically special start to what then was merely a professional partnership that has since become a genuine mentor-mentee relationship and friendship as well." The student continued, "As a career coach and professional in higher education, Danielle understands and honors the elements of student interaction that come with this job and still remains as one of my strongest advocates on campus. Please join us in congratulating Ms. Danielle Bowling, career coach at Vanderbilt University, on this most deserving award." And Danielle, you are more than welcome to share some few words.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. Thank you, Stephen, again. Here's my award that I was so happy to receive in the mail. And it's heavy too. I was shocked by that. But the words I want to say, and I'll keep this brief, is working with students is the best part of my job. As we all know, there's highs and lows, and we go on the roller coaster along with our students. But to be able to have candid conversations with them about how their career development and personal interests are deeply intertwined with one another, that allow me to have conversations with them about just their personal life and how they're really doing, right? Beyond just picking a major or picking a career pathway. How does your role in activism play a part in what you want to do to help our future communities? What are you learning in your communities as a volunteer that helped you want to be a part of our healthcare industry? So getting to the deeper root of those questions is what has been a priority for me in my role as a career advisor and career coach, and one that I will definitely and deeply appreciate moving forward throughout my time in higher education and student affairs. So I'm deeply honored to receive this award, and I thank you all for allowing me to be part of this cohort this evening.
Congratulations again, Danielle. The John Coldus Award for Distinguished Service to NASPA Region 3 recognizes a student affairs professional who has displayed leadership within NASPA for at least 10 years. This award represents a professional who has made significant contributions above and beyond the normal service required by positions of leadership and is recognized by his or her peers. The nominator for this year's winner said the following: from participating in NASPA programs like the Alice Manacor Symposium, the Serve Academy, and the Chief Student Affairs Institute to countless volunteer roles within Region 3, Helen Grace has left an indelible legacy. I've had the honor of learning from her during this year of transition. I observe her external ease in managing the complexities of the regional director role and intentionality she places in every relationship and conversation. Letters of support for the nomination for Dr. Helen Grace Ryan include the following: I can think of very few, if any, who deserve this recognition more than Dr. Ryan. Another: if there is anyone who has defined commitment to NASPA and Region 3 in the past year, I would have to point to Dr. Ryan. She has led with commitment, thoughtfulness, and stood tall when confronted with questions of values or ethics, and represents our profession well. This year's award goes to Dr. Helen Grace Ryan, Vice President for Student Affairs at Bellarmine University in Kentucky. Congratulations, Helen Grace.
Thanks, Stephen, and congratulations on your newly minted PhD. So congratulations to you too.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a recent development. Congratulations. And thanks, Nicholas, for organizing, and a shout out to Gloria and Meredith, who were the awards chairs that preceded you all. So they got the ball rolling. So I want to thank them as well. Really, I just want to say thank you. You're only as good as the people you surround yourself with, and I'm just blessed to be surrounded by amazing people. So I do want to say some names. I feel like it's important to speak their name out into the stratosphere. And so my first person I just want to say thanks for all their help with everything with NASPA Region 3 is actually my assistant, Sarah Kuiper, who's like an honorary member of the NASPA Region 3 board. She's never been elected to NASPA, but I think she knows more about NASPA than maybe anyone on this phone call at this point. So I want to say many, many, many million thanks to Sarah. I also want to say thanks to my staff at Bellarmine. I work at a small school, and some of you all on this call do as well, I know. And so when you leave campus, you leave a big hole when you're at a conference or whatever. And so I want to say thanks to my senior leadership team who did more than take care of our students. They exceeded all expectations while I was out of pocket with the many obligations that's required when you're on the national board for NASPA. I also just want to say thanks to the Region 3 Executive Board and full board. Many of you all, Terry, I think used the word family, and so I just want to say thanks to my family at NASPA Region 3 and my family at SACSA. So I know some of y'all are SACSA representatives on the phone too, and I have a home at SACSA, and so we wouldn't be as wonderful as we were in Region 3 without the partnership of both of those organizations. So want to say thanks to them. Also want to say thanks for Anthony DeSantis for paving the way for me for Region 3 and for Regina Hyatt for her nomination. And then I just want to say I'm so proud of Region 3 and not only proud of what we accomplished in the last couple of years that I've been on the board, or I guess it's a decade, sort of dating myself, but a decade I've been on the board, but also proud of the friendships. And so anyone on this phone call could be the regional director of NASPA, anyone, and anyone on this phone call could be, or Zoom meeting, whatever, could be on the national board. And so I've walked away with so much more than I've contributed serving in various capacities. So I just want to say thanks, and I appreciate it so much. So it's a gift to be able to serve. So thanks to you all.
Thank you, Helen Grace, and I appreciate you acknowledging my newly minted doctorate. I still can't get used to students telling me that, saying my name was Dr. Howard. So, but I appreciate that very much. The Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Award honors a senior student affairs professional or faculty member who has demonstrated a deep commitment to advancing diversity and inclusion throughout their administrative or academic tenure. Comments from the nominator and letters of support include the following. Through Dr. Stansberry's leadership, the Old Dominion University Social Mobility Center actively advocates for low-income, underrepresented minorities and first-generation students, specifically providing tangible ways to the State Council for Higher Education in Virginia to better support institutions serving the greatest number of traditionally underserved students. Our work would not be possible without a leader such as Dr. Don Stansberry, who is committed to equity of all students. On the ODU campus, he is a champion for students who need it most, individuals from low-income, underrepresented minorities, and first-generation students. Don's professional commitment to all students embodies the very nature of this award. And lastly, Dr. Stansberry is responsive and intentional when developing programs for students by engaging campus partners and students while seeking innovative solutions. We're excited to recognize Dr. Don Stansberry with the 2020 NASPA Region 3 Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Award. Congratulations. We'll welcome Dr. Stansberry to speak now if you would like.
Thank you very much. I too brought my award home, which is very exciting. And actually, like many of you, I've been working from home or on a campus where there's most people are away, but our mail center sent me a note that you have a package. And who would have sent me a package during COVID, right? And so I went and pleasantly surprised to have this wonderful award to add to my office. And so thank you very much. So I want to thank the Region 3 and my team, Region 3 for selecting me, and also for my team for putting the nomination together. I feel very fortunate that I work on a campus where I get to do the work that I love every day and work with a beautifully diverse set of students that allow me to push them to grow and develop as they push me to grow and develop as well. And so I feel very fortunate and blessed in that way. There's a couple of people that I have been able to shadow, and probably they deserve this award as much or more than I do. And that's my former supervisor, Dr. Ellen Neufeld, who was our former vice president and now is president in San Marcos. And she, during her time as my supervisor, encouraged me and supported me in creating opportunities for our students, looking at those challenges that our students were having, and how did we come up with solutions. And she really championed that for our students and for our campus, and really taught me a lot about myself and how to advocate for students in many areas. And last, I'd like to thank our president, John Broderick, who has always created a culture on our campus and challenged us to make sure that there are no students that are left behind or feel disenfranchised or not part of our plan, and that we are committed to being their champions in their success. So I feel, again, very blessed for Old Dominion University. This award is an interesting time to receive this award with all that's going on around us, both with COVID and with the social and racial injustices that are happening. And I found myself during this period asking myself, what can I do? How can I be part of the solution? What more can I do? Am I doing all that I can do? Am I equipping our students to be able to manage this? How can I take away some of the hurt and the pain? And how can I move agendas forward? And so I've had a lot more questions than answers, but I think this award has a special meaning for me tonight, and when I received it, as a reminder that we all have a lot of work to do, and I have a lot of work to do, and I'm going to use this recognition, one is appreciation of the work that I've done so far, but more as a challenge for myself and for my team of what do we still need to do, and what's the work ahead of us, and how do we stay committed to that, and how do we do more. And so I want to thank you for the award, but also thank you for allowing me to modify it for myself as a visual reminder that our work that we do is important, our work is challenging, our work is rewarding, but we still have a lot of work to do. And it's moments like this that remind us why we do what we do, and how we got into this profession, and our responsibility is to give back to that profession. And so thank you on behalf of myself as a first generation college student from a small rural town of 40,000 people, never thinking that I would finish my college degree, certainly never thinking that I have a PhD, or sitting here tonight on a Zoom call receiving a recognition for the work that I've done. So I'm grateful to all those before me, and I'm grateful to Region 3 and to the folks that selected me for this honor. So thank you very much.
Congratulations there, Dr. Stansberry. And as we move to our next award, it is for the Outstanding HBCU Minority Serving Institution Professional Award in Region 3. In its second year, this award recognizes those who have demonstrated leadership and commitment to NASPA, historically Black colleges and universities, minority serving institutions, and/or the profession. Additionally, this nominee must exemplify the values of advancing diversity, inclusion, and social justice through programming that engages students in experiential learning opportunities with the campus and local community. It is with great pleasure that I announce that Dr. Tierney Bates, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Special Projects and Interim Director of the University Career Services at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. His nominator and supporters wrote the following: through objectivity and passion for service to the community, which are the pillars in most HBCU missions, Dr. Bates has leveraged monetary, personnel, and intellectual resources to advance and support the agenda and elevate the rich histories of these historic institutions. Additionally, Dr. Bates has served as confidant and mentor for me as I have navigated the successes and challenges of my new professional environment. His compassion to advocacy for HBCUs transferred into regional and national posts as serving as the NASPA Region 3 HBCU liaison from 2018 to 2020, becoming a higher education leadership fellow and an aspiring leader presidential fellow through the University of Pennsylvania's Center for Minority Serving Institutions. Through his commitment for access and success, he has served in capacities at various institutions that supports the progress of underrepresented minorities. His speciality over 15 years of social justice work has translated into him being a sought-after expert in the region and nationally within our coveted field for minority serving institutions. Please join us in congratulating Dr. Tierney Bates, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Special Projects and Interim Director of the University Career Services at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, as the recipient of the 2020 Outstanding HBCU Minority Serving Institution Professional in Region 3 Award. Dr. Bates, if you'd like to say some words.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you all. First and foremost, I too have my award. I'm not sure if you can see it, but thank you guys very much for it. I'm honored to have it from that. I just want to say thank you to NASPA Region 3 for the award in general. I would like to say thank you to the Region 3 board, having served on the board actually for the last 5 years in different capacities, most recently as the HBCU liaison over the last 2 years. I want to thank the nominator. I don't know who it was, but I want to thank the nominator as well from that perspective. It lets me know that your work doesn't go unrecognized from that perspective. The institutions as well. I want to thank the institutions I've been able to work at, whether they're PWI and HBCUs, and trying to bridge that gap specifically around DEI in both spaces and trying to make sure from a faculty, staff, and student perspective that we're very inclusive. I want to thank friends, colleagues, mentors, students over the course of 20 years in higher education. Really, this is not an individual award for me. I feel like it's a team award. Many people pour into you over the course of your career. You've poured into others over the course of their time. From that, so I look at it as this is a culmination of all of us being successful in working in this space overall. I want to thank you to my wife, Tamika, and my daughter, Tamia. They are the reason I wake up every morning and skip to work, and my why and my reason from that perspective. But they've had to deal with multiple moves and job locations and all other great stuff as we navigate this space called higher ed and leadership overall. And so, again, happy that they're by my side as this award is being accepted. And last but not least, just want to say thank you to those historically Black colleges and universities and minority serving institutions where in Region 3, 80% of them sit. I think they are phenomenal institutions. They matter. They are part of the access and ecosystem of higher education as a whole. I hope we pour more into those institutions, work stronger alongside of those institutions, wherever we may be within the region or within higher education as we move forward. And hopefully that those institutions rise to the top as we roll through this pandemic as well, and also through what we're dealing with our social justice and racial inequities that are going on around this country. And so I am honored to support them moving forward wherever I may be or whatever I may be doing, because I know what they do and how they perform and how those institutions matter. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations again, Dr. Bates. Our next award is the James E. Scott Award for Outstanding Mid-Level Student Affairs Professional. This award goes to a professional who demonstrates expertise in creating a campus environment that promotes student learning and personal development, while also making outstanding individual contributions in innovative and responsive services and programs that address students' needs. The recipient of the Region 3 James E. Scott Outstanding Mid-Level Professional Award will be submitted as the region's candidate for the National Doris Machiko Ching Award for Excellence as a Student Affairs Professional. This year's award goes to Dr. Tanisha Jenkins, Director of Multicultural Student Life and Frison Black Cultural Center at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Her nominator shared the following. She has fostered, strengthened, and influenced positive relationships with colleagues at all levels in the higher education community. Tanisha continues to contribute to our profession by sharing her breadth of experiences, sound reasoning and abilities, independent thinking, and selfless acts of inquiry of inclusiveness. Letters of support said the following. While serving as the director for the Office of Multicultural Student Life at the University of Tennessee, Tanisha has overseen and accomplished many impressive feats, including but not limited to securing a $1 million gift from university alums, developing a position description and securing funding for 2 additional full-time positions to best support our student populations, tripled the number of students that utilized resources from the book loan program by hiring an academic support coordinator, secured $10,000 in additional funding to increase the number of books offered in the book loan program, reorganized and rebranded the department to better meet the needs of all students and 15 faculty staff, to better meet the needs of all students, piloted a first-generation mentoring program for 15 first-year students and 15 faculty staff mentors in partnership with the Student Success Center on campus, and much more. So please join us in congratulating Dr. Tanisha Jenkins, the 2020 recipient of the James E. Scott Award for Outstanding Mid-Level Professional. We'll now welcome Dr. Jenkins to speak if she would like.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Stephen, and thank you, Nicholas, for your work as the awards committee chairs. It is an honor to receive the James E. Scott Award. It is also an honor to be in the presence of so many amazing colleagues here tonight. So congratulations to you all as well for your awards too. I remember and I know what student affairs professionals did for me as an undergraduate student at Presbyterian College. And that is truly what got me on my start in this career. But not only did PC instill values in me, also Clemson University, as well as colleagues and students at Western Carolina University, and now at the University of Tennessee. I just want to do my best to make a positive impact and a positive influence on students, faculty, and staff who I interact with each and every day. They are the ones who will strengthen our nation and continue on the great work that we do once we are long gone. So thank you all again for this honor and this opportunity, and I truly appreciate this award and am humbled by it. Thank you.
Congratulations here, Dr. Jenkins, and greatly appreciate all the work that you're doing up there at the University of Tennessee. Our next award is the William Leftwich Award for Outstanding New Professional. And it is given to a new professional who has served no more than 3 years in a full-time student affairs position. This individual is known for their contributions to NASPA, their employing institution, and their exemplary manner in which they perform all aspects of their job. This year, the William Leftwich Award for Outstanding New Professional goes to Samantha Sam Palmucci, and I probably butchered that, but who is a retention coordinator in the Division of Student Engagement Enrollment Services at Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia. Her nominator had this to say: Samantha's dedication to students has changed numerous lives and resulted in the retention of countless students. She truly is an unsung hero who has had a remarkable positive impact on our students. Samantha is one of the strongest new professionals that we have. Her ability to analyze issues and provide innovative solutions make her a standout employee and most deserving of this award. In her retention coordinator role, Sam has the perfect combination of passion and compassion and helps students successfully navigate the institutional environment. Samantha uses innovative approaches in all that she does. Her drive and enthusiasm for everything she does makes her an inspiration for others. Some of the comments from other folks who have supported her nomination stated, she regularly brings new ideas to the table and inspires others to do the work that is necessary to retain and serve our students, many of whom are first generation, low income, and represent other at-risk populations. I'm impressed as a new professional. She can conduct short-term goals to long-term vision, assess and prioritize student needs, and implement innovative programming to meet the students where they are at developmentally. A student wrote, Samantha has shown a spirit of always striving to do better. She is a woman who is courageous, hardworking, and driven. Because of her do better spirit, she has not only instilled a change in me as a student, but also in my student organization. Let's recognize Ms. Palmucci's work as this year's Outstanding New Professional Award. And if Samantha would like to speak, it's more than happy to.
Thank you so much. And you did not butcher my last name. You got it right on point. Palmucci, you did a great job. But thank you so much to Stephen and Nicholas for organizing this. And thank you to NASPA Region 3 for still finding a way to recognize all these wonderful colleagues that I'm honored to be with here tonight. I think, when you are a new professional, it's hard to navigate in an environment where you want to thrive and be bold and be proactive. And so I think one of the best things is that I've been so grateful to work at Old Dominion University where I can do all of those things. And so I really, feel honored and grateful to work alongside leadership who supports student success, student retention, and really just changing, our student lives in a day-to-day fashion. So yeah, and I'm not just saying that just because my boss is on the phone call either, Dr. Don Stansberry. But yes, overall, I just feel really grateful, really honored. And the award came at such a unique time. It was, I think, during April or May when things were so hectic, and you really just needed that motivation to know that the work that you do matters. So yeah, I just feel very honored, and thank you so much for organizing this.
Congratulations once again, Samantha. I'm pleased to now present the next award, the Robert D. Bradshaw Award for Small College as a Student Advocate. The winner for this award must demonstrate a significant commitment to the mission and goals of small colleges and have a career that shows evidence of significant successful student advocacy and interaction with individual students and student groups. His nominator shared the following in letter of nomination. In his leadership role, Michael has had a profound effect on a variety of areas under his direction. The general administration of the Student Life Office is a kinder, gentler, more welcoming, inclusive environment. With his steady guidance and unwavering support, Michael has helped the college better understand its various students of today, students of color, first generation, LGBTQ+, and those needing accommodation under the Americans with Disabilities Act. He has had a special place in his heart as he works with students facing health challenges and may need further support around food issues, living arrangements, etc. Perhaps most compelling to me is that Michael's tireless efforts advocating for students and willingness to take the unpopular stand or approach is reminiscent of how I observed Dr. Brad Bradshaw performing his role as my supervisor many years ago. His colleagues added that the following about Michael. The inaugural recipient of this award described in their letter of support, he is an outstanding professional in our field and has a passion for the mission of small colleges and universities. They continued, like Brad Bradshaw, Michael doesn't hesitate to jump in and help with whatever is needed to make an event happen, and has developed successful partnerships across campus due to his energy and enthusiasm. His former president at Austin College, stated, Michael is a consummate student affairs professional, student focused, deeply knowledgeable, and dedicated to excellence in all that he does. Finally, they stated, Michael is among the finest student affairs professionals with whom I have worked. We are elated to congratulate Michael Dean, Dean of Students at Austin College, as this year's Small College Student Advocate Award winner. Congratulations, and we invite Michael to speak.
Thank you all so much. What a pleasure to work in this profession. I look at this award and I'm humbled, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of broke into tears when my boss, who was the nominator, came in and shared this news with me. As others have mentioned, this has been such a challenging time that all of us are living, and to have such a positive way of recognizing one's work with students was pretty amazing. This also means a lot to me because back when I was a new professional, back in the early 90s, my first job was at Southern Methodist University, and I actually had the pleasure of working with Bob Bradshaw, or Brad Bradshaw. When I worked at SMU, he was the vice president at Austin College, but he served as the chair of the local arrangements committee for NASPA when it was held in Dallas. And I actually got picked as a new professional. The new guy got thrown on the committee, and watching him work a committee, I said several times, I either want to work for him someday, or I want people to see me the way I see him, because he was always professional, had everyone's best interests at heart, and it was just a real positive experience. So to me, that was one of the reasons. Another is I actually went on, after 10 years of working at Austin College and 3 years at an art and design school in Pasadena, I came to Austin College. And so for the last 15 years, I've been here, and to watch programs and activities and really the culture of Austin College was developed by Dr. Bradshaw. People still talk about him, especially some of the faculty that have been here for 30 plus years. They reference him, about being student-centered, student advocates. And so when I walk around campus and talk to folks who have been here, his legacy lives on here. And it's so nice to know that I ended up at a place that certainly looks at students as the most important part of this entire process. And so I'm very thankful for that. I want to thank Tim Millerick, who's our Vice President of Student Affairs. He's also my boss and a good friend, for nominating me, and also for President Marjorie Haas, who has left here and went on to Rhodes College, and also Janet Heater Bass at Muskegum, who was the inaugural recipient of this, and she was the director of student life here at Austin College, and worked for Dr. Bradshaw. I tell people all the time, and I say this to alums, I say it to parents and guests to the college, even in front of our president, President O'Day, that I truly have the best job on campus. And when people ask me why, it's so easy for me to say, because I get to work directly with students. I also get to work with faculty and staff, but students, I see so much of myself in them, especially our first gen students, because neither of my parents went to college. My mom had a 5th grade education. She grew up on a reservation. My father had a 10th grade education. So for me, I went to college having no clue what to do. And my parents saying, you just do your best, don't disappoint us. And when I meet those first gen students, but also students who college becoming a reality for those students is a huge thing for their families. And so for me, it's nice to, one, be able to work day to day with students, but it's also really important for me to work at a place that values student-centered education, but it's also humbling to work in a profession where we get the opportunity every day to change someone's life. And oftentimes we don't know that change that we're making in their life until after they've graduated. But when you get that email or you get that Facebook post, or, you know, someone comes back after being gone for 5 years and says, you know, that one time when you did this for me, or sat down and shared some concern or shared something with me, really had an impact. And you look back and you think, gosh, I don't even know if I remember that specific thing, but that smile, that handshake, that whatever it might be, we have the opportunity to change a life every day. And I'm very thankful to be in this profession. I think NASPA, because that's the first conference I went to as a graduate student at Texas A&M College Station. And just the people that helped shape me to who I am today. I look back from at Tarleton, I think of Dr. Mike Lease. At Texas A&M, it was Dr. John Coldis, who was Vice President of Student Affairs at Texas A&M in grad school. And I look back on them and many others who have really helped guide me to be the best professional that I can, and hopefully the best person I can, because if we're great people, then we're going to do well in this profession. So I could go on and on, because I'm also a storyteller, but I won't, because it's getting late. But just want to say thank you to NASPA. Thank you, Nicholas and Stephen, for putting this together. It really means a lot, especially that we weren't able to be there in person, but this does mean a lot. And I can't wait to share this with family who, to this day, has no idea what I do. They just think I plan parties for students and Greek groups and things like that. So it'll be nice to be able to share this with family. So again, thank you, and keep up the great work, all of you. And it's so nice to see so many familiar faces too. Thank y'all.
Congratulations there, Michael.
Thank you.
Our last award that we have this evening is the Outstanding Graduate Student in NASPA Region 3 Award. And that goes to an emerging student affairs professional who's pursuing a master's degree related to student affairs. The recipient of this award must have made significant contributions to their campus, demonstrated academic achievement, exceeded the expectations of leadership positions, and assumed a leadership role both at their institution and at the state or national or regional level. This year's award goes to Miss April Yaza. Her nominator had the following to share about her accomplishments. Throughout our time together, I've witnessed her incredible passion for servant leadership and a sense of belonging through social justice, which drive her work and academic pursuits. April's passion is fueled by her belief that education is the pathway to equity, and she's committed much of her academic and work functions to work in areas of social justice and education equity. Letters of support stated that April brings a unique perspective, passion, and emotional intelligence into every interaction she has and tasks that she takes on. She helps others see from new perspective and brings a creative and invigorating energy to our team. April has used her skills to building truly deep and positive relationships with her staff members, her hall council, her residents, and with many members of the campus population at large. April focuses largely on the personal and professional development of her staff members. April was a big part of the student organization petitioning and being accepted to display the Choctaw Band of Nations flag inside of the Perry Dining Hall on campus. The inclusion of this flag was a monumentous occasion and has helped to greatly strengthen the relationship between Mississippi State University and the Choctaw tribe, which resides in very close proximity to Mississippi State. Please join us in recognizing April's many accomplishments as a graduate student and resident director for the Department of Housing and Residence Life at Mississippi State University. Congratulations. April was unable to make it this evening, and so we are just thrilled to have her, and just know that she has received her award, and hopefully we are able to hear from her soon. Stephen, take it away.
Before we end our celebration, our current NASPA Region 3 Director, Dr. Regina Hyatt, Vice President of Student Affairs at Mississippi State, wanted us to share a short message with you. Quote, on behalf of the NASPA Region 3 Board, please accept my sincere congratulations on your awards. Our region is so grateful for your many contributions to your students and your campus, and most importantly, to our broader student affairs community through NASPA. We recognize your achievements and celebrate your successes. We will also look forward to a time where we can celebrate in person. Until then, please stay safe and well, and again, congratulations, end quote. Regina wasn't able to join us tonight, but she definitely wanted to share that message. But we have reached the end, so we thank you for joining us this evening, and we look forward to continuing to see the work that you all do that impacts our field each and every day. So thank you again, and congratulations to each of you. I hope everyone has a great evening.
Congratulations, everybody. Yay! It was awesome. I really appreciate it. That was so wonderful. We're going to hopefully post this to Facebook within the next couple of weeks or so, just knowing how, it happens here in life. But we're so glad that we're actually able to celebrate you all and ensure that your recognitions and the hard work that you've put into the field doesn't go unnoticed. So just congratulations once again, and we look forward to seeing you sometime soon in person. I don't know when. I keep telling my daughter, I don't know when, but we're going to see other people soon. All right. Bye, friends.
Thank you all. Have a good day.